am Joseph Turner, an ordinary man with a penchant for technology, living in a world that thrived on the hum of machines and the glow of screens. Little did I know that my affinity for the digital realm would thrust me into a nightmare born from the sinister depths of the unknown. It all began with a flicker, a subtle disturbance that went unnoticed amidst the constant stream of data and information. I was engrossed in my work, navigating the labyrinth of the internet, when, without warning, the screen went blank. Panic set in as I frantically tapped the keys, desperately trying to revive my laptop. The world outside my window seemed eerily silent, devoid of the usual hum of technology that had become the backdrop of our lives. As I ventured out into the streets, the city was plunged into chaos. Electronic billboards flickered erratically, and the once bustling metropolis had descended into an eerie silence. Cars stood still, their engines lifeless, and the distant wail of sirens echoed through the deserted streets. It was as if the pulse of the digital age had flatlined, leaving humanity in a state of bewilderment. As the days passed, the scope of the catastrophe became apparent. The Blackout Virus, as it came to be known, had spread like wildfire, infecting every electronic device and reducing the world to a pre-digital era. People flocked to the streets, seeking answers, but the information age had collapsed, leaving us stranded in a sea of uncertainty. In the absence of technology, a primal fear gripped society. The veneer of civilization peeled away, revealing a raw and chaotic underbelly. Desperation and paranoia spread like a contagion as the once interconnected world disintegrated into isolated pockets of survival. I joined a group of survivors, a ragtag assembly of individuals brought together by circumstance. We navigated the now silent cityscape, scavenging for food and water as our once reliable electronic companions lay dormant. In the absence of the internet, rumors and myths replaced facts, and a pervasive sense of dread hung in the air. It was during a restless night, huddled around a makeshift campfire, that we discovered the true nature of the Blackout Virus. As we pored over old newspapers and listened to fading radio broadcasts, a survivor named Maria unearthed a peculiar pattern. The virus, it seemed, had not just eradicated our digital realm. It had torn open a gateway to a parallel dimension. The revelation struck like a bolt of lightning, electrifying the atmosphere with a new breed of terror. The parallel dimension, a shadowy realm beyond the boundaries of our understanding, had spewed forth otherworldly entities. Maria, a former computer scientist, pieced together fragmented information, revealing that these entities fed on fear and confusion, thriving in the chaotic aftermath of the Blackout Virus. Dread clung to our group like a second skin. The once empty streets came alive with shifting shadows and unseen whispers. We became prey in a world where the line between reality and nightmare blurred, and the only constant was the palpable fear that clung to the air. As we delved deeper into the city, seeking refuge from the encroaching darkness, we encountered manifestations of the entities, twisted, grotesque apparitions that seemed to materialize from the shadows themselves. The survivors, myself included, recoiled in terror as the creatures lurked in the periphery of our vision, their forms ever shifting and elusive. Our campfire conversations turned to strategies for survival, and Maria proposed a daring plan: to locate the epicenter of the Blackout Virus and attempt to seal the breach between dimensions. The group, fueled by a desperate determination, agreed to undertake this perilous journey into the heart of the unknown. The city, now a surreal landscape cloaked in perpetual twilight, revealed its true horrors as we ventured deeper. The entities, sensing our intrusion, became more aggressive. Whispers echoed through the empty streets, taunting us with fragments of our darkest fears. Shadows seemed to move with a life of their own, and the air pulsed with an ominous energy. Our group dwindled as the entities claimed their victims, each encounter leaving us more fractured and paranoid. In the darkest corners of our minds, the line between reality and nightmare blurred, and we questioned the very fabric of our existence. The survivors became refugees in their own reality, seeking solace in the remnants of a world that had crumbled into chaos. Amid the ruins, Maria identified a peculiar structure, an abandoned research facility that predated the digital age. It stood as a relic of a bygone era, an enigma that held the key to our salvation. We cautiously entered the facility, its darkened halls echoing with the distant hum of machinery. As we delved into the bowels of the facility, Maria uncovered the remnants of an experiment gone awry. Decades ago, scientists had attempted to breach the boundaries between dimensions, seeking to unlock the secrets of existence. The Blackout Virus, it seemed, was a side effect of their reckless pursuit of knowledge. The survivors exchanged uneasy glances as Maria explained the implications. The entities, once confined to their own dimension, had found a bridge through the breach, infiltrating our world and feasting on the fear and confusion that had enveloped humanity. Our journey took a harrowing turn as the entities intensified their assault. Nightmares materialized in the facility, and the survivors struggled to maintain their grip on reality. I felt the tendrils of the entities probing the recesses of my mind, conjuring phantoms from my deepest fears. In the heart of the facility, we discovered the breach, a pulsating tear in the fabric of reality that emitted an otherworldly glow. Maria, fueled by a determination bordering on obsession, devised a plan to close the breach and stem the tide of entities that had overrun our world. The survivors rallied, armed with makeshift weapons and a collective will to confront the darkness. As we approached the breach, the air quivered with a malevolent energy. Shadows coalesced into tangible forms, and the entities materialized with a hunger that mirrored our own desperation. Maria, with a sense of purpose that transcended the chaos around us, initiated the process to seal the breach. The facility trembled as unseen forces resisted the intrusion, and the survivors fended off wave after wave of entities that sought to prevent our intervention. In the final moments, as Maria strained against the supernatural forces, I glimpsed the true horror of the entities, an amalgamation of nightmares, a collective consciousness that reveled in the chaos it had wrought. The survivors, their resolve tested to the limits, fought with an intensity born from the realization that our world hung in the balance. As Maria completed the ritual, a blinding light enveloped the facility. The breach sealed, and the entities recoiled with a wail that echoed through the empty halls. The survivors, battered and bruised, emerged into the dawn of a new day. The city, once shrouded in darkness, slowly began to regain a semblance of normalcy. The Blackout Virus had left an indelible mark on humanity, a scar etched into the collective consciousness. survivors, myself included, stood on the precipice of a world forever changed. As we surveyed the cityscape, the remnants of a digital age reduced to rubble, we couldn't shake the lingering fear that the entities might return. In the aftermath of the ordeal, Maria vanished without a trace, leaving only a cryptic message in her wake, a warning that the breach between dimensions was a fragile barrier, and the entities could find a way back. The survivors dispersed, carrying the weight of the unknown on their shoulders, forever haunted by the horrors that had spilled forth from the shadows. The Blackout Virus had reshaped the world, not only in the tangible destruction of technology, but in the intangible scars etched into the human psyche. The survivors, forever changed by the ordeal, faced an uncertain future where the line between reality and nightmare remained a thin veil, and the echoes of the otherworldly entities lingered in the recesses of their minds,